Towards me.
It's okay.
I didn't realize I was
you're
supposed to
new.
go
You
over
haven't
here.
done this before.
Yes.
It's okay. But we have our favorite segment, Copy and Taste, and we have our acting news director, Anthony, with us. You're teaching us about the country, Georgia, and you're making a Georgian dish for us
That's
today.
right. And you can like Georgia even if you're an LSU fan. Because this is the Republic of Georgia, which is next door to our friend Vladimir Putin and Ukraine. In the mountains, you've seen some of the mountains photos.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I think we have a video too that you sent us to play. Like, it's just such a beautiful space. So Anthony, how do you know so much about Georgia?
Well, I was part of the Georgian Media Partnership Program. And over a 12-year period, I had the pleasure of visiting and working with stations in Ozergeti, in Poti, and in Kutaisi. And Poti was really a fascinating place because before the war, before the Russians invaded, they had a newsroom of about 115 people. After the Russians, they had about 15.
Oh wow.
So, and you can actually go into the port of Poti, and you can see where the bullet holes are left.
Wow.
The Russians, when they invaded in 2008, stopped about 100 kilometers away from the capital, and you can actually see exactly where the line stopped.
Wow.
Really?
But the people there are fantastic. They're warm, welcoming, and just like gumbo here, everybody has their own recipe and their own twist on Georgian dishes. And what's neat about Georgia is they are on the spice trail, so the Silk Road. So they took a little bit of China, a little bit of India, a little bit of Greece,
like
a little
a
bit of
melting
Spain.
pot of food,
So, and they turned it all into Georgian food. And we have, this is one ingredient in what we call a supra, which is a giant feast to celebrate. You can celebrate Tuesday for all I care. But what they do is they lay out tons of dishes, and I think you saw a picture of a supra, and they have a person that's Toastmaster, so you can assign a toast to somebody, and then you can you have wine. Georgians are famous for their wine. 8,000 years going back, there's wine.
Wow.
I love that.
I never knew that.
I'm so excited. You have a whole spread. We're going to learn about the shashuli. He's going to be cooking that for us. It's a tongue twister, so stay with us. Michael, you have a look at the forecast, though.
Yeah, we're gonna.
All right, welcome back to Copy and Taste. We are in for a real treat. We're learning all about the Republic of Georgia. I'm so excited. Anthony gave us a cheat sheet of some of the words, so I'm going to try this out. Gamarjoba.
Gamarjoba.
Here you go.
It
You
means
gotta say it with
hello.
passion. Everything in Georgia is with
Gamarjoba.
passion.
I love it. I love it. I'm sure this dish is filled with passion too. What are you making?
This is shashashvili, which is a traditional stew, and when you different regions have different flavors. I talked with 3 different people in the last week about what do you put in your shashashvili, and some it has to have walnuts. No, walnuts are verboten. And what we do is we stew. It's a stew, so by definition, it's a progressive thing, and you know that this morning we started this.
Oh yeah, this has been cooking and it smells amazing. So what are you starting with?
You can use beef or veal.
Okay.
Because it was just National Beef Month.
Yes.
Where we're
timely.
using beef, and we cook that down. And once the meat is browned, then we can add onions to it.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is.
Do you need this yet?
Yeah, we can do that.
Just tell us what you need and we'll pass it on over
a little
to
bit of
you.
time.
Conveyor belt.
Here.
And then what we will wait is for an hour and a half
Oh, the whole thing.
for
on
it
you.
to melt down.
still
Because
could eat
like
all.
with anything else, no, you can't put that in there yet.
Michael's ready.
I'm
He
so
wants
ready
to
for
eat
the
this
cheese.
But when that cooks, it will all reduce down, and we've got various spices that we'll add.
Okay.
We have parsley, cilantro, a red pepper, and a cayenne pepper. I did use the walnuts, even though I'll probably get yelled at.
It's okay.
There's a little bit of
we
food.
won't-
I think it's
we
peer
won't
pressure.
mind.
And then obviously with the tomatoes, the tomato-based stew.
Mm-hmm.
The spices, as you know, have been exciting to try to replicate.
He's been working so hard on trying to find a close match.
But what we have, and you have, for part of it is a mustard, for fenugreek. So it's a mustard maple syrup combination. Then you've got what amounts to curry.
Okay.
So we can tell where that came from. Some spices. Here we would refer to it as the Cajun seasoning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And then
Everything links back to Cajun. It feels
everything links back to this area, doesn't it?
It really does.
And then I add a little bit of cinnamon.
Why the cinnamon?
Just to give it a different flavor profile, a different level, so that when you're eating the stew, you're like, wait a minute,
That's cinnamon.
that's cinnamon?
Wait.
Cinnamon? And then, it takes about 2.5 hours, to get it all done and get it all, the flavor profile correct. And then you serve it over what amounts to a polenta.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about how to put that together when we come
boy.
Yeah,
back.
That
that's
sounds
when
exciting.
you can dump the cheese in.
Finally!
He's eyeing this cheese.
He
wants
is. He's
to-
all about the cheese.
We were talking about how we would eat it. I was like, I could eat a cracker with that. And she
Like,
just
"Ah,
was
just
like,
give me
I want a spoon.
It's
Yeah.
fine. But I'm so excited to keep learning about this dish, but I'm not so excited to keep learning about the forecast in our future. Michael, what are you tracking?
I have a lot of bad news for you, Taylor. It's just
Gamajoba. Welcome back to Did I say it right?
Yeah, you
kind
nailed
of.
it.
I've been
Wow.
practicing on the break. You gotta brush up, Michael.
yeah.
Oh
I'm
my-
a little rusty.
As long as
let's
you
be
say it with
honest.
passion.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I'm so excited. So now we're working on you had a fancy name for it. I
Well,
can't say-
we have the gommi, which
gommi.
is in basically it's a polenta,
Okay.
which we serve over everything, everywhere. So
Yeah.
the trick in this is to take the polenta and use the cheese, which is sulgomi, and we don't have that here. So in essence, it's a mozzarella Havarti feta combination.
Oh, those are all
So-
my favorite cheeses. So
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
started-
we're
my
gonna
mouth
love
started
this.
so we're
watering
going to
when
be
you said
perfect.
that.
So what I would do is take some of the polenta, incorporate the cheese into that, and then we'll serve it over the shashashuli.
Okay,
sounds so
let's
good.
do it. Should we pour the cheese in there?
I would put the plate, or put this
Put this
to
on the
there, to
plate?
and then put the cheese
Okay.
in there, and then.
So, does it matter,
No.
like the polenta to cheese ratio? Is there
Well,
a
it's really a personal preference. I know some people that like a little bit of polenta and a lot of cheese.
That is such a
Michael.
don't look at me like that.
And
That is
then we
such an
have
odd
people that
consistency.
just like a very touch, just a flavor of it.
I'll take your plate if you
I'll
want.
have a side of that with cheese.
He just wants the cheese.
just wants the cheese.
Let's just be real. Okay, so let's plate this one up. And so you say this stew, it cooks for about 2 hours.
Correct.
And I wish, this is the part where I wish people at home could smell, because the smell in here, when you open the lid, you got the hint of cinnamon, you got the spices, you got kind of a whole burst of smell coming out of the pot. What is your favorite part about this?
Yeah, and that's what
dish?
Georgia is known for, is the complexity of flavors, the use of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and when you do that, it really adds to just to the moment.
I think what sticks out to me the most is the smell of the cinnamon when you open
I
it. I was
know.
not expecting that.
I know. We
It
were
gives it like a
talking,
sweet
too.
smell.
Yes, exactly. I don't know if I just put the cheese on top
Yeah, you're
because
good now.
everything is better.
Oh
Look
my
at this.
God.
Oh my gosh, Shane, if we can get a beautiful close up of this here, Michael,
Michael?
I'll take your plate.
Yeah. I'll hold this.
This
for you.
is so beautiful.
Look at that.
And you mentioned the cinnamon.
Wow.
We were just talking that throughout the course of this was stewing, we could smell the change, like, because it didn't always smell as sweet as it smells right now.
Correct.
Which is just, I'm blown away. I'm excited to try this. We're gonna try this coming up after the break. Just look at how beautiful that is. Shashashuli, shashuli,
Shashashuli.
Shashashuli.
shashashuli. Stay with us, guys. We're gonna try it after this. So excited. Michael was so excited he broke a spoon. So we're gonna go ahead and taste this.
Yeah?
Let me get
I
you
love
this.
this. Is really good. It's so unique, and the cinnamon. We're blown away by the cinnamon.
Right, and I know it's non-traditional, and a true Georgian would probably not use it, but I think it brings everything together.
It really
The
does.
cinnamon is so good in this.
It's
Wow.
so good. We're going to be eating good for lunch.
Yeah.
Anthony, thank you so much for cooking this for us.
Malova.
Of course, have a great
Malova.
weekend. We'll see you on Monday.